I love God. You love God? What's wrong with you? I love God. You love God? What's wrong with you? I don't think that I could live no other way. Truth be told, I'm living now on an A. Now I done seen them blessings in the modern day. The Lord I serve, He give them to me every day.
Your t-shirt says it all. It says Siyatabalaza.
And you know what it means, right?
What does it mean?
How? All right. So what?
How? Don't say how. Tell the rest of us.
I expect you to know, hey? It's about hustling, basically, you know. As a young person in the society that we're in the background that we are dwelling in, it's tough to be a person who hustles, you know, because of the influence that's out there. So Siyatabalaza is that movement. It's that calling to say that whatever you have, the little that you have, you can do great.
You ain't got the money moving by yourself. And you know you did it with a lot of air. You know it's only one, it ain't nobody else. You got me talking strong and I ain't rich, I'm talking well. See, I'm forgiving. See, I done been forgiven, now I'm living. And when I say I love, I mean it.
It's dinner time at the dinner table, and your parents are talking and they're saying, hey, it's tough out there. There are no jobs.
Yes.
You know, we're in a recession.
Wow.
Money doesn't grow on trees.
Hey.
You know? And I was thinking about some of the things that we instill in our young people, even before they enter the, job market or get into business. Right. I mean, how would you encourage parents in that regard?
I'd encourage parents to give a young person a chance to express what's in them, because God has made you a custodian of your children. And what's more important is to know what God has placed inside of them. We're not slamming employment, but it's all about what God has called them to become and their destiny. So you need to not enforce what you think, but try and find out what God has called them to, and not be a hindrance to that, and nurture that. And I was sharing with Tato that myself, as a young person, I was called to be an entrepreneur, but I felt that pressure to fit into a mold, and it was very hard for me to break out of it. But the good thing is that I found God early, and I discovered my purpose early, and I was able to break out and follow the right path early on. But it becomes a challenge when a young person doesn't have that boldness from within, and the surroundings, their parents, are forcing them into that mold.
Very, very true. Speaking to Sfiso, I spoke to him earlier on. Let's talk a little bit about coming fresh out of school.
Yes.
Did you know that one day you'd be a co-owner of a production company, or what was the direction after matric?
Out of school, I might say, you never think what you're going to do in the future, for you don't know right now what you have to represent yourself. If self-actualization is not implemented yet.
And when I say I love, I mean it. 'Cause none of this be nothing if he coming a business. I love God. You love God. What's wrong with you?
You will learn a lot of things. And the next time when you approach the business, you do it much better. I was talking about Abraham, and I said, Abraham, when God spoke to him, he was an old man. And here comes God. I was saying that at least now we've got an advantage. We've got the Bible. And we know the Bible says in Jeremiah, he's got plans for us if we follow the perfect will of the Father. But God just said to Abraham, leave everything and follow me. So I believe that desire, because the Bible says that if we delight in Him, He will give us the desires of our hearts. So the desire that you have, you just need to trust God. Step out by faith and just trust God all the way, because He knows the future. He knows who needs to come in your path. He knows who you need to see. He knows all the resources you need. God will make it available for you. I know it's scary because you don't know, but when God is in it, don't be afraid. Step out and start that business.
Awesome. Talking about business, Fiso, we've been talking about Siyatabalaza Productions. And now, it's been how many years? You started it in 2014?
Yes.
It's been about 3 years or so. Let's talk about, the fears that you had back then to what you're experiencing now in business.
Okay. the reason why I partaked into making this company become something, you know, with my partner, of course, because we had the same vision. I was fed up at work. Hey, no, the stress there. It's an environment that is fast-paced, you know, in the industry where you have to be creative. You have to think on your feet. So I was like, well, let me just be with what I have and give it to God. I had to lay down everything, my soul, my passion, my pride as well. Since I'm a guy who has testosterone, so I have to be careful with my ego. And that is tough.
I like how you said you're a guy who has testosterone.
Yes, big time. We're egotistic, you know. If you don't have money, how are you going to flaunt, you know? And it's a given.
It's funny, but it's so true. You're right.
That mentality that, you know, if you can do the best, then be proud of it, you know. So I gave it all to God, and I was like, God, I have that fear that I don't have money, I don't have a future ahead of me that will tell me that you'll be successful. Started shooting a wedding. I got enough cash to buy lights, and then we went to Softers to do the whole, encapsulating the whole event. I was like, yay, let's do that. So it gave us a name, and then gave us something to think about, you know, like, are we really going to be a production company? We're going to shoot documentaries and all of that. So I think as the youth, we should just let it go. Let our feelings go. Have a catharsis with each other and with our parents and say, Mama, Baba, I know you want me to work, but I have a passion. It will take time, but I have the will and the faith that it's going to work. Yeah.
Wow. And I just want to congratulate you. Of course, you and your partner
Yes.
doing such an awesome job, awesome work that you're doing in
Thanks.
the community and for young people.
You ain't got the money moving by yourself. And you know you did it with a lot of air. You know it's only one, it ain't nobody else. You got me.
All right, so I am Musa Mashwanganyi, the editor of GoodStoryToTell.com magazine. So GoodStoryToTell.com magazine is a digital audio and video magazine that concentrates and publishes only good stories. So you're thinking good achievements, you're thinking success, you're thinking community developments, you're thinking youth making it in business, anyway, even in communities, coaches, mentors, any good and positive news. That's if there's a propaganda, that's our propaganda. It's in positive journalism and just encouraging people to do good and to share that good.
Wanted you to fall. You remember I do. You could have lost it all. You remember I do. You want to throw you all, but we got you covered. Let us spread it all. That's what makes me love it.
Your passion comes from what you enjoy, and it's seeded from the point you were born to the point where you have already indulged yourself in the culture around the world. So pursue that passion, don't let it die. And of course, as Pastor Michelle said, put your faith in it and let God help you and guide you. So my ambition is to make Soweto CBD. I want to see shocked faces now, but anyway, I don't see them.
Trust me, I'm shocked.
To continue to do good and to be good and to share that good, to encourage others also to continue doing good.
I mean, get wisdom so you have good judgment. Whatever you place your objectives with in your mind, you should always put wisdom first.
Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. This verse just reminds us that our callings, our gifts are there to serve other people. It's not an option to keep them to ourselves. You are an answer to someone's problem. You are a solution, and that should motivate and inspire you to keep on pushing whatever challenges come your way.
Awesome. And that's it from us before Pastor Praise, of course. Stay tuned to Rainbow FM 90.7. I just want to thank all of our guests for coming through. Siyatabalaza Productions, GoodStoryToTell.com, #Siyatabalaza. He says I like the way I say it. I say